Good morning. It's 5D. Back at this, well, I don't know if it's morning where you are, but it's bright and early here, and I'm back with another episode of Deep Feed, the musical knowledge and random chat and interview guest information and music, not always history, cutting edge stuff, because I mentioned that because today it is called At the Cutting Edge, episode 12. Yeah, we were meant to be joined by Neil, aka Nilly, but he couldn't make it for the second time, making him the first guest to not make it twice. Hopefully, third time lucky, we will have him on the show at some point. But in the meantime, we were going to just both chat about bass music in all its forms, but most specifically what we felt were like some really cutting edge tunes, you know, the artist pushing the boundaries and stuff that frankly just doesn't sound like your normal track of drum and bass or dubstep or other bass music varieties. This doesn't mean to negate or sort of say to the like standard sounding, you know, your typical drum and bass or dubstep track is not as good. That's not true necessarily at all. We're just exploring some more different weird fringes at this point. So I'll just shut up now and let the first track play through, which will be a track called Manoy. That's M-A-N-N-O-Y by Mawok. Again, hard to possibly spell. If you want to check him out, it's M-A-U-O-Q. I like this one because it's sort of trancey drum and bass. It's very hypnotic, the bass here, and I'll just let it play and you can hear yourself. Mawok with Manoy there. Moving swiftly on, a classic for me, subgenre bass music is the sort of, I think it's sort of trappy, sort of stompy, like. This is the one that, because I know the definition of dubstep, I know the definition of drum and bass and all its sub forms. This one coming in is Ruthless by Saruda. Saruda, I presume you pronounce Tsuruda, and it's just a sort of stompy, trappy, like I think trap is a good word for it. Do you ever get that when you think you know a subgenre but you're not entirely sure? Well, this is that. I mean, as in whether it's the correct definition. Here, I'll let it stomp and slap you around the face anyway. Here we go. Very well known in the scene. Next, in a bit, in a few seconds, or 20, 30 seconds, we have a track called Orange. That will be, again, sort of dubstep. It's I think the BPM is probably different. I'm not actually aware right now what the BPM is. But anyway, never mind that. We have Ivy Lab and Two Fingers of Orange. Ivy Lab, big in the scene. Two Fingers is originally Amon Tobin, who's been around for ages, done all sorts of stuff. Introduced sounds, had an amazing show that I saw called ISAM. I mean, I don't know what he's doing now. He probably must have some sort of a show too. But yeah, his show ISAM was incredible. Check that out on YouTube if you got a chance. I mean, it's probably not going to be exactly the same as like if you were there, but it's still an epic thing to behold, I imagine. Yeah, audiovisual feast. It was trippy. If you know me, you know I like my trippiness, and yeah, So yeah, also I should point out the middle of this track where it falls away, the break bit is has some chippiness, and so does this noise here. Great little noise. Let the track play now. Orange, here we go. Yeah, nice beats there. Got that little electronical buzz sound to it as well. Always a good vibe. The subtlety and the chippiness, that is always important, I find. Harder to sort of pull off than unsubtle chippiness. If, as a producer, I will attest to the difficulty there. So up next we have Love No More coming in a sec by the artist Sleepnet. There was a little mystery. Put on my voice there. There was a little mystery for a while around who was Sleepnet, who was he, wow, because it came out and it was sort of undercover, and in the end it turned out it was Nick from Noisia, a man with my name as well, a great name of course. Jokes. But yeah, a man with a lot of talent in electronic music production. This one's a bit sort of spooky in a way, like you can hear it in the background now. It's got that mysterious air to it, and yeah, he's great. A bit of sort of tapping away on the rhythm of the keys as well. Do. Yeah, so it changes up, switches up, and just comes in. It's a stomper. Yeah, as you can hear now. Here we go. Nice. So you get those tunes in bass music, electronic music, I find, where they wind up, like it's like everything is getting more hyped and like spun up, and like maybe it's in a washing machine going faster. I mean, that's a weird example, but maybe it's, you know, it's all someone's tweaking a synth, they're twisting it, they're tweaking it, they're ramping up the volume, the modulation, the cutoff, the LFO, speed, etc. I mean, it depends. And this track now has one of the longest examples I've heard of that in recent times. I'll let it play from the beginning so you can hear it. And it's EEPROM, and it's called Drone Warfare, and it just gets more and more mad. And you're like, what the hell? And then it gets more mad and more. Here we go. Check it out. Crazy. I hope that didn't scare you off, put you off your cornflakes if it's the morning, or I don't know, if I was you I would listen to this just before going to bed, but you know, each their own. Of course, there's many other times in the day, as many as there are second hands in the... No, that's not true. Second hands? There's one second hand on the clock. Talking shit again. Right up. So next up is a track by myself, yours truly. In the vein of let's do some experimental sort of bass sound that's just a little bit different. Long intro in this one, sort of minimal trippiness as usual, followed by just some stomp, in my opinion, and I hope you like it too. If you do, check it out if you like. It's called Side 4, and then in brackets, a higher dimensional record thing, and it's by Deep and Beeper. That's Deep and then N and then Beeper. The reason it's called Side 4, a higher dimensional records thing, is obviously you get two sides on a record, and years ago I had the C side on an old track I did, a sort of chill track, chilled release, and then I did this release with NJC, and it's called Tetrahedron Bomb. It's meant to be like play on tetrahedron, which has 4 sides, so this was the 4th side, higher dimensional record. How cool would that be if records were somehow the shape of tetrahedrons? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, would you know what? No, it wouldn't work. I was just thinking somehow the bottom was what was being read. Maybe it would work, but it wouldn't. Anyway, I'll let it play now. Check it out. Here we go. Yeah, so I guess that was attempting to be more kind of dubstep there. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I was trying to pull off genre-wise, but yeah, I quite like that track. It's a good one. Yeah, I'm going to have one more chat by myself later on, the last one, to play us out later. But in the meantime, we will not have me, of course. That would be a very selfish thing, to play myself the entire time. We'll go back to 2 Fingers, this time alone. And actually, I'm not 100% sure if 2 Fingers is 2 people or just Damon Tobin. I'm going to look that up right now just to fill you in, in case you're interested. I'm going to try and talk. And no, it's not a song by a British songwriter. Well, it is, but it's also so here we go. I think it is. It is just Damon Tobin. Yeah, so that's that. This is his track, Adrian's Rhythm. Shout out to my mate Adrian if he's listening. This is, of course, I don't know if it's really counts. Maybe it's everyone called Adrian's Rhythm. But that'd be nice, wouldn't it? It's better, well, unless you're someone called Adrian who hates this kind of music, in which case you're not going to have a good time with that one. But yeah, I'll let it drop in a couple of seconds. Here we go. Adrian's Rhythm. 2 Fingers. Yeah, another little stomper there with the spooky outro. Nice. What is that, music box? Something like that? I don't know. Next up, we have a track. One of the tracks on here. One of the couple of tracks on here that's more chilled, sort of less of a like a stomp fest or like a banger. Still banger, but just in a different way. This will be Ashes of Shame featuring Agama, and it's by Vroom. Love Vroom, VROMM, that is. He does sort of drum and bassy tempo, sort of structurally like sounding stuff, but like he's very trancey. He's got his very little trancey feel, and just the whole thing is always a little bit different. Here it is, I'll let it vibe now.
from a chilled trip fest to possibly coming up what is the most quite unchilled but really cool
kind of sound on this playlist. That'll be one of my favorite producers at the moment. His name is Former, and yeah, he does all different things, just very unique. I'll just let it run now and see what you think. Here we go. It's Husk. Oh, such a hard track, that one. Yeah. Brilliant. Like, yeah, he just smashed it around the place. He also has this thing where, like, his synths, like, they sound like vocals. Or vocals, people sound like synths. At first, I was mystified. But I was always like, what's going on? I think I finally found out the synthesizer that he might have been using is something called Vocal Synth by Isotope. If you're interested, producer-wise, check it out. You can do some mad stuff with that, making vocals sound synthy and synths sound vocally. Up next, we have another sort of chilled one called Actress by Grey Code. I love this one. It's chilled, it's drum and bassy. But the reason this one makes it onto the sort of cutting edge different sound playlist is the bass is just weird. I can't just be straight up and honest and just say it's weird. In a good way though. Very good way. I love this track and I'll let it run now. Nice. Now, I don't think you'd have a cutting-edge bass music playlist in operation without some dubstep on it. Yeah, you don't think you would. This is from a label System. I'll be honest, this is probably one of the least cutting-edge sounding tracks, as in it sounds quite classic, like dubstep, but fuck it, you got to have some room for the classic stuff. I've got a very good place in my heart for the classic dubstep, and you know, for some reason, it's just because it's great. And this will be Youngblood by Headland on System. Amazing label. They do some great parties as well. I didn't actually make a System party. I just remembered I went to a Deep Medi night. I was thinking it was System, but they're different. Anyway, here we go. Run that. Nice. So people who sort of came, I feel like they sound like they came out of dubstep, just kicking and screaming into their sort of own sound, was Ivy Lab. That's just how I feel about it. And this is a track now coming called Teacup. Oh, it sounds so sweet, doesn't it? Oh, you know, like that's a good name. Of course, they got a spooky intro.
I'll never get out.
Oh no, sci-fi.
Turn them all against me.
Oh no,
Betty
spooky sci-fi.
talking about me.
Oh no, the man's trapped.
Alone.
Oh, he's all alone. Spookiness. Yeah, I'll let this run. It's Ivy Lab, Bad Man tune.
Oh my God. Oh no, don't let them take me in there. I'll never get out. Oh God, what will happen to me now?
Yeah, that's a track and a half. Now, from a spooky sci-fi sample perspective to a classic sampled classic sample is, of course, what is his name? I don't remember his name right now. I don't want to remember. David Icke, that's right. I'm not a massive fan of his, I'm not going to lie. In fact, pretty much the opposite. Long story, let's not get onto that on the show. But yeah, this is a sample about his theory, not actually him talking, which is nice because it sort of annoys me hearing his voice. I mean, he does. Oh, I'm not going to get into it. I said I wasn't. I'm not gonna. Anyway, so this was originally a track by Noisy and Mefjus and Hybris called Reptilians. Classic track. And then this is a remix, a recent one by Chi. It has the most bad-ass bass synthy sound design ever in the middle, and just check it, it's mad. I say in the middle, I just realised, I mean, it takes more time to get there. It's sort of very end of the track do we hear the full wub, the full release of the crazy noise. Yeah, check it out, it's sick.
From out of another dimension and are present at rituals, and they are so powerful, and they need to block because they are, in fact, in the human shape of reptilians. They go back.
Software shift from a human person into a reptile. worm-like creatures to occupy its world. Snakes, but in those days, dinosaurs. There were many dinosaurs on Earth at the time, but they were, for all intents and purposes, the domesticated animals of the reptilians.
Back into reptilian shape.
Hard bass there. Yeah, just a bit. So next up, penultimate track, we have the Upbeats with Horizon. This one gets in, it's quite a bit drum bassy, it's different, so it's not your usual. It gets in to this specific place, got in because of the incredible melodiness that they put off. It's definitely one for the sounds just uniquely like, you know, they know what they're doing with the notes up and down the scale.
Consuming the sacrifice.
Oh no.
And they are involved in that.
Crazy conspiracy theory stuff.
I've seen them do that.
Anyway, here we go. It'll be the Upbeats with Horizon. I'll just shut up and let it speak for itself, and then I'll be back in a sec for the last track. So yeah, that was the Upbeats with Horizon. Sick tune, as you might have agreed with me. I don't know. Right, so finally we have a track by yours truly again to play us out. It's called Colour and Form. It's quite Ivy Lab inspired, if I'm honest. That sort of vibe, that sort of sound I was going for. It sounds a bit different. It's got my sort of tweak on things, of course. Wouldn't be my track if it didn't. Colour and Form by Deep and Beeper. Samples of Alan Watts, I believe. I should know. I did it. So yeah, I'll be back next week with a one about something about Radiohead and David Bowie, joined by RJB, my colleague, and he's going to bring the knowledge. And we're going to discuss those two. And yeah, that'll be, a bit. We have everything on this show. We have mad bass music, we have Bowser, and Radiohead and everyone, and everything in between. Anyway, here's the track, and you'll hear me next week, hopefully. Bye.
It's living. It's living. When you breathe,
come out with beautiful eyes, blue or brown or green as the case may be. You don't congratulate yourself for having grown one of the most fabulous jewels on earth. There's just eyes. Breathe. Psychology, to entertain the miracles of color and form, to see psychology.